Hi, it's Thursday, June 4th, 2026, and this is Darren with an update to Jeff's layout in Farmington, Minnesota. This was a very short visit, but it was an opportunity to put some track in places that had roadbed, but we hadn't obviously put track down. We started off here in the staging yard. So all the staging tracks are now in place since I was here the last time. Switch machines under all the turnouts are in place and operational from your throttle. They are connected to the DCC system. And so they're ready now for additional programming or panels, or obviously at the moment when he wants to run trains, he can dial in the turnout number and they'll change. Over here in his town of Madison, again, a lot of additional track. You can see where the pins are. And so this yard, the yard in town has all of the track in place. There's still some switch motors to put in place yet, and some ground throws. You can see where the lines are here, because I put the ground throws on the edge of the table, and so it goes through a tube and a wire to throw the turnouts, and there happens to be two of them here. That's why there's two lines, and then there's one over here. We also worked quite a bit on his grain elevator in Enola, Nebraska. You can see where the long loads, or I should say empties, will come in. There's a place back here where there's a crossover and room to hold a couple large units. And then on this side, to be yet completed, will be the 15-car holding tracks. We also decided to work over here, and he now has his stockyards and slaughter plant in place. Even though he's modeling a little more modern day, he still wants to bring animals in to the stockyard tracks. And then there's tracks here for blood and edible and non-edible tallow. There's a runaround track here, and then we had to make a little bit of a lead for him to be able to do some of that switching. So the lead actually ties into this little complex back here. We're not even sure what it's going to be yet, a warehouse of some sort. But that gives him a lead so the switcher can come in and service and work the slaughterhouse without getting onto the main line. So that's been sort of our 2.5 days worth of work here. Back again in a couple of months before up here, and then on to other things. So we'll look forward to seeing you next time. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and feel free to make comments. I generally try to answer comments, and we'll see everyone at the next location. Alrighty, take care.